into this in a while, but I think I am going to start going into some more, I guess, my hair is just crazy. What can we do about this? Go into a little bit more education as long as like life, what was I calling it? Life improvement. I want to go into more of that. What I mean by life improvement is things that I want to be able to teach people in ways that they can, in stuff they can improve on in their life, and not just teach as much as it is setting an example. I remember when I was first. So this is going to lead a lot to waking up at 3 in the morning. Okay, when I was first trying to wake up at 3 in the morning, when I was first trying to get my lifestyle, I guess, into a bit of, what do I want to call it? Oh, discipline. I was trying to get my life into more discipline. I was honestly like trying really hard to do it, and the one of the things that helped me the most was on YouTube. Oftentimes, I would see videos, and these videos were like the best lifestyle, right? It was like the greatest lifestyle for you to live in order to become like a superhuman or something like this. And it would give you some things. One of those things was like waking up at 3 in the morning, drinking salt water. There was a lot of stuff to that list. And so I would start to do these things. I would start to watch these videos, and it was like life improvement, stuff that would really improve my life. And I started to watch these videos, and these videos really helped me. And so I feel like oftentimes on YouTube, our goal, my goal actually, is to set an example. And so instead of trying to teach something to somebody, like here's how you should live your life, I want to start by setting an example. Oftentimes, what I do is I will come on and try to be like what I'm trying to say is get up at 3 in the morning and then be like, look, I woke up at 3 in the morning. This is what I've done. Kind of show you guys how to do it. So instead of teaching you this is what you have to do, I want to just kind of show you guys, something can be done about it. If like for instance, if you're trying to wake up at 3 in the morning and you feel like I'm just not able to do it every time my alarm goes off, I just can't get out of bed. That's the thing for most people. Up to this point, that's been what it is for me. But the thing that I've done about that is instead of just sitting around and saying, I can't do anything about it, I can't wake up at 3 in the morning, what I've actually done is I've put my life into a system where I know I can be disciplined. I know I can have discipline in my life. Waking up at 3 in the morning is crazy, to be honest. That is crazy discipline. But you can do it too. It's not just me, anybody can do it. Now, it takes some sacrifices in life. One of those sacrifices for me was I had to go to bed earlier. And where you go to bed earlier and you realize I just lost like part of the day, normally I stay awake from like uh, all the way until, I don't know, like 11:30, 12 at night. And to make sure I could get up at 3 in the morning, I would go to bed at 8 o'clock. Now, the reason I would do this is because if you think about it, when you get up early morning, you're not tired. I mean, you're tired for the first like 5 minutes. But the first thing I did is I would get up, go outside, go for a walk. I would immediately just go for a walk and just get introduced to the cold a little bit. Right here where I'm at, it's like freezing cold. And so I would just kind of let myself get like really cold, kind of expose myself to the cold a little bit. And then I would, read a book once I got back or something like that. Do something. This morning I went out, walked in the cold for like 15 minutes. It was like 23 degrees. And I was out there walking for 15 minutes. I came back to the house. I got a protein shake. I went and did a workout. I mean, there's always things you can do. And if you don't believe you can actually do something about it, you absolutely can. And up to this point, I didn't believe I could wake up at 3 in the morning either. What I did is I made it really difficult. I mean, as soon as I got up in the morning, my mind was ultimately like already always creating excuses like, yeah, but you're just gonna fall asleep again. There's no reason to keep to stay up, right? It was like just go back to sleep, and everything in my mind that was telling me to go back to sleep. There was one piece in my mind that was telling me to stay awake, and that piece was just that. Well, honestly, I was gonna make content for you guys. I filmed everything on my GoPro and everything, but that's something that really helps is find that motivation, find some way to discipline yourself in life. I used to do this thing like I was saying, I would get up at 3 in the morning, I would go on a walk for like an hour, and then I'd go and take a cold shower. I would get a huge breakfast, like very high protein breakfast. I would read a book. I wouldn't eat any sugar. It was just basically a life experiment to see how much better I would feel after a week. And I actually made it to just over a month. I think it was like 34 days doing this. And that was like years ago. I have not been able to get up at 3 a.m. since then until today. And the reason why I did it today is because I actually figured out a way. What can I change? How can I make this work? Right? And so part of the reason why I did that, how I did that, part of the reason was because I honestly just told myself, okay, what is the main thing that's keeping me up? Okay, is that I'm not waking up early in the morning, um, and because I'm the reason why I'm not waking up early in the morning is because I'm going to bed really late at night. So I need to change one of those habits. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Jesus Christ is Lord. That's why I wear this cross, is to one represent that I am a Christian as well. Um, yeah. So cold plunges. Actually, I have kind of a mixed opinion on cold plunges, right? Because oftentimes people say that cold plunges are the best for you. Part of the reason I actually stopped taking cold showers is people were saying that they give you um, a kind of like a dopamine rush, but also it's like I've also heard from doctors that it's actually not proven to be amazing. Um, I don't think there's anything wrong with them in the least. I think taking a cold shower or doing a cold plunge is great, but I also don't think it's. I think it's definitely hyped up more than it should be. Um, yeah. So yeah, definitely is great. But I'm just want to say there is definitely things that it does helps you in. Like I said earlier, um, being in the cold definitely is great for waking up. If you need to wake up, literally all I'm saying is like 5 minutes. Um, yeah, so like 5 minutes, honestly, that's all it takes. Go outside. And honestly, waking up at 3 in the morning is not necessary. I do not need to wake up at 3 in the morning, but I'm doing it because one, I want to set an example for you guys. I will be uploading a video on my channel here soon about that, kind of just the whole journey, what all it takes to actually get there. But I think ultimately the bigger picture is for me, for my health, to kind of know I can actually do something. I can actually, if I set my mind to it, I can do it, right? I mean, there's obviously things like if I said I want to fly, I can't just grow wings and fly. But there's things in life where they seem impossible, but they can be done, right? And this is one of those things to me that seemed impossible was waking up at 3 a.m. I used to be able to do it. I used to be a morning person. And then because of my job, I wasn't able to do it. So because I had last night off of work, normally I work till like 10 o'clock in the morning. And so because I didn't work or 10 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock at night. And so because I wasn't working until 10 o'clock at night, I didn't have to worry about this. So I could go to bed at 8, wake up at 3, everything is perfect. And that's what I started doing. I just did that yesterday. So I have Sunday, Monday, and sometimes I have Tuesday off. Those days are my days to wake up at 3 in the morning, get my life straight, any extra things that I need to do in the mornings. And let me tell you, if you're thinking about doing this, if I have in any way persuaded you to try to wake up at 3 a.m., go for it. Absolutely. I would say it's definitely very, very difficult at first. And you're going to try to give yourself as many excuses as you possibly can when you go to get up. I'm too tired. Why do I have to do this? And oftentimes, I've been trying this for weeks and I have not been able to get up at 2. But there was one thing that changed. It was one, my mindset, and I also made it a lot easier for me to get up at 3 a.m. by doing certain things like I did, I think, 50 push-ups before I went to bed to kind of tire myself out. Oftentimes when I go to bed early, like my mind just isn't completely shut down. And I think a lot of people focus on you have to like stay relaxed, you have to stay calm and just deep breathing, deep breaths and stuff like this in order to go to bed. I actually kind of took the opposite way. I went and actually did a bunch of push-ups, tried to tire myself out. And funny enough, it actually works great. That was one of the things I did. And also because I was filming the fact that I was waking up at 3 in the morning, because I was filming the whole thing, I took my camera and set it right next to my bed. So as soon as I woke up, I would just turn on my camera and then I would start filming from there. And that is what I did. And so there's a lot of things like, even if it's not cold where you are, there's always things you can do, like take a cold shower, or, I mean, like I said, this is great for every piece in life. Waking up at 3 in the morning is never going to be like, oh, this ruined my life. When you get up early at like 3 in the morning, it honestly feels kind of like you have like an extra added day to your life all in one day. I got up this morning and I just got everything done. Okay. Any extra chores I needed done, any schoolwork, I was able to do extra schoolwork today. And this is all because I had extra time to do it. Instead of midday being like, oh, the restaurant's open. Someone wanted to go to the restaurant with me or something like that. My friend's contacting me. My friend wants to hang out. When no one else is awake is the best time to do things, is because you can use that time to actually like get stuff done. And I definitely did fall back asleep. So I woke up at 3 a.m. I documented the whole journey up until like, I think it was 7. And then I took a nap from 7 to 8. So that's like an hour nap. But I still got stuff done. And I feel like it's really important to actually create a schedule. So the first thing, why not wake up at 5? Honestly, I feel like 5 is great. I think a lot of people set their alarms for 5 o'clock. A lot of people, when they're doing this, they set their alarms for 5. But I kind of wanted to put my life into an extra discipline, to be completely honest. I wanted to give myself something extra challenging, see how it goes. If you can, okay, start with waking up at 3 in the morning. And if you can wake up at 3 in the morning, I guarantee you can wake up at 5. If waking up at 5 in the morning is difficult for you, waking up at 3 in the morning is going to be way harder for you. So if you give yourself something that's so difficult, like waking up at 3 in the morning, I gave myself a huge challenge. I'm going to wake up at 3 in the morning. This is what I'm going to do. And I did it. I completed it. So next time when I go to wake up at 5 in the morning, it'll be a lot easier. So I think on days like, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'm going to wake up, and Sunday probably, I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. All the other days, I'm going to be waking up at 2 a.m. At 3 a.m. And the reason why I'm going to be waking up at 3 a.m. On those days, because I have those days off, like I said, and also it really challenges your brain. It puts your whole body into perspective. When I go to work today, I might actually be like completely out of energy, or I might like completely be able to keep up with the day because I was awake and ready. I think next what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a schedule, try to go back to those things, drinking salt water. But honestly, it's the hardest. Day 1 is the hardest part. Day 2 is going to be a little bit easier. Day 3 is going to be the easiest. After day 3, it should be easy from there. Now, here's the part that you need to keep up on. If you're going to do this stuff like wake up at 3 in the morning, if you're going to do this stuff like wake up at 5 in the morning, if you're actually planning on continuing along with this journey, what you need to do is stay consistent. Consistency is the biggest piece to all of this. If I wake up at 3 a.m. today and then go back to waking up at 10 a.m. every other day after that, what's the point of waking up at 3 a.m. one day? Because you get your whole mind together. You get everything together. Your mind's perfect. You're perfect in your own space. Everything's going great. You got all your chores done. Everything's just intact right there. You're ready to go. And then that one day, the next day you wake up at 10 a.m., all of that's erased. All of that ultimately doesn't matter. So if you want to stay consistent, if you want to continue to wake up at 3 a.m. or continue to wake up at 5 a.m., find something that works really well for you. Find a schedule. Okay, this schedule works. I'm able to go to bed at this time. I'm able to wake up at this time and stick to it. Make sure you do the same thing every day. Now, oftentimes people will get mad at me for saying do the same thing every day, or people will think, yeah, don't do that. Okay, today what I did is I went to bed at 8 o'clock. Okay, I grabbed my camera, set it right next to my bed. I set my alarm. Those are the first things I did. Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing the exact same thing. Well, not exactly, because the reason why I go to work until 10 o'clock, okay, sometimes even 11:30 on the weekends, right? I go to work till 10 o'clock at night. I can't go to bed at 8 o'clock. So if I go to bed at 10 o'clock, and let's go to bed at 10 o'clock, here's the first thing you should do. You should always don't use your phone after that time. As soon as you want to go to bed, if I want to go to bed at 10 o'clock, get off work, go right to bed, do not look at your phone. Phone will be the biggest distraction. I honestly feel like I am going to start making a video on this, actually. is because actually I want to fast for my phone. The phone is one of the biggest distractions. And it's funny enough, I'm actually live streaming on my phone, right? But it's one of the things that, like, if you try to go to bed at like 8 o'clock and then you look at your phone, it seems impossible because you're on your phone for a couple more hours. Just trust me. This is one of the things I changed. As soon as I went to bed, no phone, went right to bed. And so that's definitely one thing that really helps me. Go to bed at 7 to 9. I could do that. Like I said, I would go to bed at, I think 8 is a good time because it's not too early where you still have stuff you have to accomplish, right? It's like if you wake up at, or if you go to bed at 7 a.m. and then you have the whole rest of the day you can't get stuff done. I go to bed at 8, so I still have plenty of time in the evening to get stuff done. And then I wake up at 3 in the morning to make sure I have all of this time added to my day, right? And so obviously your schedules are going to change. My schedule obviously changed because tonight I go to work, and that's going to be a little bit different for me because I'm going to actually be I'm working until like 10 o'clock tonight. But that means if I'm going to be working at 10 o'clock tonight, I'm going to be waking up at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning instead of at 3 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Oftentimes we start to see these pieces in our lives take shape because we actually care about them. If I didn't actually care about waking up at 3 in the morning, then I wouldn't have woke up at 3 in the morning. But because I actually cared, I set my mind to it. I put my energy and I put my time. I really put my mind into it. I started planning. This is the way to go. All right, next. Here's the next step that will help you get to this place is actually start writing stuff down. I've always got a notebook and a pen right next to me. There we go. Notebook and a pen. Anytime I need to write something down, it's here. Right here for me. I know where it's going to be. And that's what I did last night so actually I failed this one time. Okay. So I actually wrote this down on my notepad, and I set my alarm, but I went to bed at like 10 o'clock. Okay. That's the reason it didn't work, because I went to bed at 10 o'clock, I set my alarm, and I had expectations. My expectations didn't plan out because no matter how hard, even if your mind is in the game completely, your mind is like, I'm locked in. This is where I want to be. I've got everything set up. This is perfect. And then all of a sudden you decide to stay awake for a couple more hours. That'll ruin your whole schedule. Your sleep schedule is the biggest piece of this. And also, I want to tell you, I have fought with myself over and over and over again at waking up. And I guarantee it's the same issues every single day. I still have problems with it. And so I'm going to keep working on that. But waking up early in the morning, you always are going to be fighting with yourself. You're going to give yourself excuses like, for instance, if I wake up at 3 in the morning, I don't want to wake everybody else in the house. If I get up at 3 in the morning, I don't want to, I won't have enough stuff to do, so I'm going to fall back asleep. Or it's too cold. You're going to give yourself a lot of excuses. But the best possible thing you can do is just focus. What is the outcome of this? How is this going to change my life? Is this going to change my life in a huge way? Is this going to create a lot of pieces of my life where I can actually focus? Okay, let me read this. Okay, I see what you're saying. You're from Texas? Well, welcome to the stream. Hi from America. Um, so yeah, for me, it's definitely something I can't actually listen to music or I can't listen to certain things while I'm sleeping. That's just something I can never get. I cannot listen to music or anything like that. But I honestly feel like the best possible thing to do, workout. An evening workout just before you go to bed. I would say the first thing to do is like go and get a good workout and then just walk around for a while. Because after you get a good workout, your heart's still kind of beating really fast. You got your heartbeat up a lot, and then what you need to do from there is just kind of walk around for a little while, kind of let your body just settle down for a minute, and then just go to bed. But yeah, sleep schedule is the biggest piece. And what is the other thing I've realized is, honestly, having someone keep you accountable. When I first did this, it was one of the biggest pieces, okay? I was doing it with my brother, and we were both getting up at 3 a.m. We were both going on a walk, like a 30-minute walk, and then we'd come back here again. We were both doing this together. It was a no sugar, no added sugars kind of thing, and so that's what we were ultimately doing before. Is like no added sugars, none of this stuff, and so that's what we were doing. But having him keep me accountable was huge, and I was there to keep him accountable too, right? But then it got to the point in time where right now I was doing this like 2 years ago. I used to do the same thing I'm doing right now. I used to do this 2 years ago. And so now that we both kind of changed a little bit, I will ask him, hey, can you keep me accountable? Can you wake me up at 3 a.m.? And then he goes and wakes up at like 10 a.m. So this is huge. This is a huge difference. You cannot have someone that does not want to do the same thing. So you can't have someone that does not want to wake up at 3 a.m. try to keep you accountable to wake up at 3 a.m. If the other person isn't just as excited to do it as you are, it's probably not going to work. And so I put just as much time and thought into this. And honestly, accountability is huge. It is huge. For your first step, you need to have someone to keep you accountable. The only reason why I can do it now and no one's keeping me accountable is because somehow I've put my mind in a place where I can just get it done. Just get it done. And so this is going to be huge. That's what I'm working on right now. And I'm also working on uploading these videos to my channel. I haven't uploaded one yet, but I just put out a poll on my channel and I asked you guys if you guys would want to see more of these life improvement videos along with RC videos. I am also a RC YouTuber, so I do a lot of RC shorts. You can see all my RC cars back here. But yeah, so if you guys do want to see that, leave something down in the comments so I know. So if you guys want to see me adding these life improvement videos, I'm going to be going half and half between these live streams and RC as well. Because I really like RC and I have like 6 RC cars, I'm going to continue to do those RC shorts. I'm going to continue to do RC live streams and RC videos, but I kind of want to go half and half with my content. I want to do a lot of life improvement live streams as well as life improvement, not only live streams, but videos, long form videos. I think all my short form content will be RC videos. But yeah, if you guys want to see more life improvement videos, leave a comment on the stream so I know that you want to. So next is honestly the piece that I've been struggling with right now as far as YouTube goes, and as far as uploading these life improvement videos, is they're not professional quality. They're just, from the camera quality, everything. Okay. If you look at one, I get a lot of my inspiration from people like, say, Jesse James West, Brownie. They used to do some of these videos. There's a lot of different channels I get my inspiration from, which are professional quality videos. Oftentimes, I will compare myself and my content to these professional quality, these amazing cameras, people that have been doing it for years. This is a huge issue. Let me read this comment real quick, guys. Okay, I did not actually know that. But yeah, so this is something in life where when you really doubt yourself, I've started to doubt myself a lot with this content creation. A lot of times you'll get to a place in content creation where you start to think, am I doing the right thing? I'm not making any more subscribers. I try not to make my videos about subscribers. Okay? It's nice to get subscribers, don't get me wrong. But I think every time you go and make a video that says, hey, if you guys subscribe, I'll do this. I used to do that. I still do that occasionally. But I'm working into not doing it as much. Because every time you go into a video and say, hey, if you guys subscribe, I will do this, it gives people an expectation that you only care about the subscribers on YouTube. If you take your time, okay, I've been on YouTube for just over a year. If you take your time, and this seems to be proving really well, okay? If you take your time and just try to make good content, make content that people can actually, okay, let me back up for a second. Give me a second here. Start by making quality content and just put your time into it. Put your time into it. Don't expect to be at 400 subscribers in 1 year. That's not the way it worked for me. I'm still at 300 subscribers and I've been on YouTube for over a year. But the reason I'm at 300 YouTubers or 300 subscribers right now is because I've actually learned from my videos. Okay, I'll do one video and kind of look at it and say, okay, this video got like a hate comment, or this video didn't get as many views. Why is that? Let's study the algorithm. Let's study what people want. Okay, put that all together and figure it out. And when you finally figure it out, that's when your content can do the best. Right? And so I struggle to upload these videos, upload these life improvement videos, is because oftentimes I feel like, oh, my video isn't good quality. And we'll see how it goes, because I'm going to be uploading the first one here soon. I'm going to do some editing and stuff. So, but I did video the whole waking up at 3 a.m. situation this morning. But yeah, so it is definitely something that you'll start to question. You know, why am I doing this? Hello, welcome to stream. You're still here. I am talking to you. Also, to answer your question earlier, I did see your question earlier. You did ask if those are RC cars in the background, and yes, these are all RC cars in the background. I have like 6 RC cars in total. So, yeah, ultimately, I want to start uploading these life improvement videos because I feel like one of the best forms for people to actually improve their life is one by seeing someone else as an example. Oftentimes, it was the easiest for me to actually go and do something. It was so easy for me to wake up at 3 in the morning. And then, yes, I am into RC cars. I really am into RC cars. Off-roading as far as RC cars or as far as real cars? Because I do like our off-roading in RC cars. I do a lot with RC cars. Go and check out my content. I post a lot of RC shorts. But yeah, so definitely one of the things I'm gonna try to answer your questions. I'm gonna be going back and forth here, okay? So definitely, I honestly forgot where I was at before. I'll remember. Yeah, when I grow up, I would definitely like off-roading. That would be cool to me, for sure. But I've definitely gotten to a place where, oh yeah, right. I was talking about the example. Oftentimes, I think that people think when you want to learn something, you watch somebody and you learn something. But I feel like the easiest way to learn something is actually to kind of feel a motivation to get into it. So basically, my videos, the reason why I get into my videos is because I want to motivate people. I want to set an example and use that example as motivation. That was one thing that was so easy for me to wake up at 3 a.m. A long time ago, when I was doing it like 2 years ago, was because I had something to base my life off of. I would look at these other people and say, wow, these people are so healthy. These people are living a great lifestyle. I want to live my lifestyle like that. I want to wake up at 3 in the morning. I want to be as healthy as I can possibly be. So the reason why I'm doing these videos, the reason why I'm doing this live stream, the reason why I'm going to be posting these videos on my channel is because I want you guys to kind of have motivation from that. I want you guys to see all the experiments I'm doing in my life, and I want you guys to take those as motivation and start doing it for you guys. Let's see. You said you have 2 RC cars. Okay. So you have a Ford Bronco and a Suzuki. All right. So I have a lot. Let me just kind of explain real quick what I've got. I've got